Utah Olympic Park Summer Bobsled Experience. The track we have here, the exact track we used for the 2002 Winter Olympic Games. This also happens to be the very top of the tracks. So when you go down today, you can't go from any higher. Okay. You get what the company now calls the Total Olympic Experience. The track itself, a little over a mile long, going to get down in 60 seconds. Going to go in excess of 70 miles an hour. When you go up into the corners, you're going to experience G-forces equivalent to about 4 times your body weight. That means if you weigh 150 pounds, when you go into the corner, it feels like you weigh 600. I tell you those fun facts, but I have to ask. Did everybody get an opportunity to sign your waiver? Yeah. Okay. Any history of head, neck, or back problems? Any recent surgeries? Okay, if the answer is no, we're good to slide. The key to riding down in a bobsled and getting a good quality ride is how well you sit in the sled. When you get in, the first thing you're going to do, buckle your seatbelt. Second thing is, you got 2 red straps, one on each side. Hand goes all the way through. We come back and grab it like a ski pole or a dog leash. What we do with that is we use that to sit ourselves straight up and down. If we're sitting straight up and down, when we go into the corners, those G-forces will go right down your spine, right out the bottom of the sled. If we're leaning forward or we're leaning backwards, we're just giving the G-forces an opportunity to put pressure on our body. It's just not necessary. So I want you to sit up as straight as you can. The other thing about going into a corner is you're going to roll up on the wall. As you exit, you come down off the wall, you're going to roll up on the wall the other way going into the next corner. To keep you from kind of rattling around in the sled, we have some pads on the interior. So when you pull yourself up to sit up straight, take your elbows, push out into those pads. That centers you right up in the middle of the sled, and when the sled rolls on the wall, you're going to naturally roll right along with it. Also want you to shrug your shoulders. I want your head and your shoulders to move as a single unit. If your head's up like this, when you go into a corner, you kind of turn into a bobblehead doll, and it's relatively uncomfortable. The last thing I tell everybody is the first 3 corners on this track, kind of like a little roller coaster you're going to get at your county fair, but please do not let that fool you. 20 seconds into the ride, you're going to arrive at curve 4. Curve 4 is where the party starts. And the party goes from curve 4 all the way through curve 15, and then you come up the run out. What I'd like you to do is when you get in the sled, I want you to assume the position. Up straight, elbows into the pads, shrug your shoulders, and I want you to hold that position as best you can for the full 60 seconds while you're going down. It just makes for a far more enjoyable and comfortable ride. Any questions? Comments? Criticisms? Okay, here we got some head socks.